Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? My name is Denanu and I'm the man with black privilege. And with this video here, we're going to be talking about Anthem. And this is something that I wasn't originally going to purchase. To be honest, I'm hearing nothing but bad news when it comes to the development side of this game, when it comes to EA and BioWare and all that kind of sort of stuff. They had a couple of people leave during the development, which isn't a good sign. And let's be honest, Mass Effect Andromeda was dog shit, so that's not very promising. The whole we want to make this our Destiny game, that's not promising. You know, since we all know how Destiny turned out. So it's one of those things where I want to like it, because this is one of those games, or one of those types of games where it appeals to me. Like, I'm a huge sci-fi person. I have a fetish for like armored characters. I don't know what it is. I'm a fan of the Guyver, Iron Man, Kamen Rider, all of that good stuff. You know, anything that has some guy suiting up in like a powered suit of armor. Tacto Man, that's another one. Anything that has that kind of sort of thing, I eat that shit up. So when they came out with the Anthem here, right, I was like, well, I'm not really feeling another Destiny game, but it's like it checks all my boxes. So I keep coming back and taking looks at it, and I haven't been keeping up with the news, with everything regarding the game. I know that I've checked out a couple people's or other YouTubers recordings of the live stream that they you know, apparently that they annually have or have every so often, showing what they're going to do with the game. And the customization surprised me. I was expecting them to be just like Destiny. We have these character classes. You know, you can upgrade them a little bit and change them, but they're pretty much set. But whereas in this, the one thing, my main problem with Destiny is that there was bare bones minimum when it came to customization. That's just the way it was. If you go back, I think on my regular channel, I played the beta, uploaded that. The first thing I said when you jumped in and made your character, I was like, how come I don't have a color wheel? You know, give me like a color wheel. Bungie, for whatever reason, is stuck on this Halo-esque color system that is shit. It doesn't let you get finite characters or not characters, finite colors or those blends of particular characters again. Let me talk like I actually have some sense here. Let me move the mic stand a little bit. Let me sit up straighter. Okay, here we go. This is my YouTube face. But it's one of those things where they don't let you get to choose the individual colors and things like that when it comes to making your characters or choosing your customization options. Hell, Destiny didn't even have a whole lot of character customization. You had a few things here and there. So when I was watching somebody's video of one of the live streams and they was going down like, okay, these are the different colors you can get, and you had like 4 or 5 layers of just different colors, and you even had like a Mass Effect skin and things like that with the N7 one. I was like, oh, this is impressing me. Then you got the design of the I think they're called the Javelins. That's really impressing me a whole lot. That's like, I don't know which one to pick. Usually I'm one of those kind of sort of gamers who, when I see a particular character class or item, I'll be like, you know what, I want that one, you know, and that's the only one I want. That's the kind of person I am. But when I play this, it's like, I like the regular looking one, you know, the like the basic one. And then you have the one that's flying around with like the Super Saiyan level 2 lightning around it. I was like, oh, I like that one too. And then I was like, well, then the big heavy mech one kind of reminds me of like Heavy Arms from Gundam. So I was like, you know, it got me stroking my beard. Like, I don't know which one I'm going to pick. So, whereas I wasn't going to purchase it based on all the bad stuff that I was hearing, after seeing everything that they've been doing, and I think with this story trailer that just dropped last week, I'm probably going to pick it up. To be honest, it's not going to cost me anything besides $60. And I can swing that no problem. Dealing with life responsibilities and all that stuff is, you know, it's pretty good for me. So I mean, $60 ain't shit. I spend more of that and takeout and delivery food. So buying the game ain't nothing new, but it's like, I don't want to be disappointed again, because with Destiny, it was one of those things where it's like, I played the beta, you know, going back to year one Destiny Part 1. And if you saw all of this character, type story, elements that they were putting in trailers, and none of it translated in game because they fucked us all over. So I don't want to go through that again. It's one of those things where I don't want to get hyped for something that doesn't exist. But I have a feeling that EA, and the reason why I'm willing to at least give Anthem the benefit of the doubt is I know EA is like, the Darth Vader of video game companies. I get that. But going along with that, they took a huge hit with that Battlefront 2 game. And they seem like they're getting to be better. I don't know if that's the case yet. I don't know how they're faring with the new Battlefield game that just dropped, but apparently I know that's not selling. So apparently they tried some more social BS with that, or at least the developers did, and that didn't go over too well with that. But from what I can say, I don't know all the in-depths or the ins and outs of all of their packages and stuff because I didn't buy the game. But from what I hear, like the DLC stuff is free, and a few other things that I'm hearing about EA since the Battlefront 2 is like, okay, they seem to be learning. They realize that they pushed people too far and they're trying to gain some of that goodwill back. I'm hoping that translates to Anthem, because I'm hoping that by BioWare shitting on Mass Effect Andromeda, that was like their D-rate team, and I think that was the case. So I'm hoping they took whatever A-list talent that they got left and kind of moved them over to Anthem to develop this. And by this story trailer, it's like, okay, they're actually showing me some things. Like, you got this big Darth Vader looking guy looking like he got a big ass Destiny helmet on, looking like you fighting a warlock from Destiny. But it looks like it may have some story to it that Destiny just didn't have. And I'm hoping that the game follows through. I think it comes out early next year, and I'm probably going to pick it up and probably play multiple characters on it if the game lets you. If not, I might have to make like 4 different PlayStation accounts or maybe like 2 accounts on PlayStation, 2 on PC, or something like that. It depends if they have a PC game release and they make it a competent port, because then I'd rather play it on PC. But yeah, it definitely has my interest. The only thing that worries me about it though is it may have the great character customization and the cool looking mech suits and all that kind of sort of stuff and the sci-fi combat, but they have to have something to do in the game. And one thing that worries me is that with Destiny, you had PvP. So you had the PvE stuff, the raids and all that, and then you had PvP. So if you weren't, let's say, a fan of the raids and everything else, you can still create your character, do PvP, that kind of sort of stuff. Whereas with Anthem, from what I understand, there is no PvP, or at least maybe they've announced it and I just don't know, but it has no PvP. So it's just all PvE. So you got PvE, I'm assuming they're gonna have group events, and they have to have some kind of equivalent to the raid thing from Destiny or something like that. So I'm hoping they have that, but then again, it's like we won't know until the game comes out. And that's the only thing that's worrying me. So it's like, when it comes out, if I pay them $60 and it's like all I get is like, oh yeah, play this 5 or 6 mission story, and you play it and it's like a Destiny campaign story where it's like nothing to it, or if it's like Destiny 2 story where it's like, okay, it has a little bit more to it, but at the end of the day you're still not getting nothing, then that's going to be a problem. They have to come to the table with something correct, because I think this is like one of their bigger games that they're trying to do. This is starting a new franchise for them. So I would hope that they will put their best foot forward and check all the boxes and do their damn thing when it comes to making this game and promoting this game, because they need something. I think Battlefront could have been it, but given the huge hassle with the last one, a lot of people got turned off by all of that bullshit that they tried to do. So that's kind of dead in the water right now. Battlefield looks like it's heading down that road. Maybe they could turn it around next year, but I have a feeling this Battlefield game is kind of, they're going to take a hit. They're going to take that punch to the face with this one. And maybe with the next one, they'll probably turn things around. But for now, that game's not selling. So they need something on the table that can please their investors and stuff like that. So I would assume Anthem has to be on point. Anthem has to be that AAA game that when you put it in and you play it, that has to be like the shit that everybody's talking about. Kind of like how Destiny 1 was, but before it actually released. That's the kind of hype that they need to drop this game and to make it do well for them, because otherwise it's just not gonna work. And like, if this game takes a flap too, it's like, okay, they might cross this off and put this on indefinite hiatus, right there next to Mass Effect, and never do nothing with it. They may treat it like what was that game that came out years back? They made 2 games. It was a reboot game of Medal of Honor 2010, I think is what it was, where they tried to reboot Medal of Honor, and they had one game, and then the next year they had another one, and then nobody bought that, so they was like, they scratched that one and closed it out by Christmas. And it came out in like October. That was the quickest hiatus game I've ever seen. But they might put it on the shelf like that one and just never touch it again. So, and I would hate to see a new franchise do that. Like for me personally, I would rather have a game come out and then, let's say, not do good the first time around, and then realize like, okay, well, we didn't do A, B, and C, but that next game we're gonna check all the boxes because we know where we fucked up, and then they get it done right. So I'm hoping that's the case with Anthem, but I hope it's even better and have the first game be like the most amazing experience you could possibly play with friends. So my biggest thing is I gotta get friends to play this game with. And that's going to be hard for me, because though none of my friends or none of the people that I normally play with, which is really only like one person, he doesn't really play this kind of sort of game. So if you guys are going to be getting Anthem and you're going to be getting it on PlayStation or PC and need people to play with, definitely hit me up, because I want to be playing with a group of people. And I'm trying to get that done as soon as the game drops. Because I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be sleeping on the game, given how shitty Destiny was. But I think there's also a huge market to pull in all of those fans who didn't like Destiny and how Destiny turned out too. Destiny, for the most part, is dead on YouTube and things like that, so it has very, very little marketable appeal right now, given how the game is. I mean, it may be getting better, but the hype machine for that is slowly just dying off. Like, even people who uploaded Destiny content on YouTube, they're like doing other shit because Destiny, the views ain't there no more. So I think Anthem has a way of, if it could somehow grab all of those fans and pull them into its way of thinking and playing Anthem, and they do everything right and check all the boxes and get things moving, I think that Anthem could be one of the bigger games that drops next year, definitely. So anyways, guys, that's just my my rants upon Anthem. I mean, this started out being just me talking about the story trailer, which looks pretty cool. I mean, you got some new shit. You got like evil Darth Vader warlock guy doing his thing. So I mean, it looks pretty cool. Maybe we'll figure out what the Traveler is in this, Maybe EA will finish Destiny's story and explain what was missing from their game. But outside of that, the game looks pretty cool. I can't wait to play it. My name is Dananu, the man with the biggest and the most blackest privilege on YouTube. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.